My name is Vy Nguyen, and I am 16 years old. I live in Pleasanton, California, and attend Amador Valley High School. I am the daughter and granddaughter of Vietnamese refugees, and here's our story.
Tên tôi là Nguyễn Thị Phúc. Năm nay tôi được 87 tuổi. Ở bên Việt Nam ấy, thì tôi làm ở phi trường Air Force bên Tân Sơn Nhất. Công việc của tôi là Computer Operator 11 năm. Cái chỗ đó tên là American Material Management Center. Gia đình tôi thì có chồng tôi cũng là làm cho bên truyền tin của Mỹ. Tôi có 10 đứa con. Cả hai vợ chồng tôi cùng làm cho chính phủ Mỹ. Thành ra tôi không ở lại được. Và chính phủ Mỹ cho gia đình tôi đi nạn.
The month before the fall of Saigon, our family left Vietnam on the 27th, April 27th, 1975. So everyone around us, including my parents, especially my parents, because that's pretty much all I see, they are frantically looking for ways to get out of Vietnam. And I can now, being a parent myself now, looking back at what they have to go through, I think it was pretty unsettling. It was scary, and it was amazing how they were able to get through that. And it was, to me, it was a really
Brave.
Wow, yeah, I think brave, and I didn't really expect the emotional aspects of it, that comes, when talking about this, all of that emotion came back. Anyway, so the day, let me just go ahead and forward to the day when we received a phone call from my dad's company saying that, we were supposed to go to a location, a secret location, to meet them there in 2 hours. We had 2 hours to pack all of our things and to carry everything and to gather everyone in the family to that location. So each family basically give the person, the military police, we call it MP, the American military police, our family. There's it's like a family roster. It's like identification card of the family of who are all of the people that reside in your home. And so we basically have all these names, give it to the guy, and the guy was reading one name out at the time. And so one thing that I left out was my aunt. So she came with us on this trip, and my dad literally had to write her name down and just pray that they don't recognize that it was right in at the last minute. So, they all read our name. So, she passed. So we got to the airport. We were staying at the airport until maybe like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Imagine 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They asked us to go from where we were waiting in a room. They told us to walk very fast, or at least almost running, to into the plane. And you sit down with your knees to your ears and brace yourself on the floor. So everybody was packed in like sardines. And once it was full enough, they cut it off, closed the door, and then we took off. And that's how we left Vietnam.
I left the country with my family back in 1975. At that time, I was only 11 years old. We have a war going on with North Vietnam. I remember that day we have to leave the house because they're bombing into our cities, and my dad told the family we're going to get out the house temporarily only. And then my mom knew that, sooner or later we have to leave the country because what's going on, they continue to bomb the cities. My dad, on the other hand, didn't want to leave the country because he feel like he deserted his man. He is in the commander, he have about 600 to 700 people under him. So he feel really bad that he left them there. So he didn't want to leave the country, period. But my mom insisted we need to go. So we decided next day, which is the 29th, we all decided to go to the boat and get out to the sea We go barehanded with whatever we have or wear at that day, and that was it. So my mother, I remember, this is best of my knowledge, she pulled out all her jewelry to give it to them. And then she said that's all she have to give to get onto that boat. For a few days, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of hunger. I see a lot of people that got injured from the bomb, blood everywhere. Kid was crying. Each time I opened my eyes, like, you know, it's just like horrible scene. So by the time we reached the sea, I was totally passed out. I saw my dad just listen to the radio to hear the announcement that, you know, what's going on. On the 30th, they announced that the country was totally or completely lost to the North Vietnam. So from there, we drift to the sea.
All of the refugees are now situated in the Bay Area. But how are their lives today?
Tương lai của tôi và gia đình tôi là rất tốt rồi. Còn các con tôi thì bây giờ đến nào cũng có gia đình, có con cái, cháu chắt hết rồi. Mà tôi có cô cháu tôi yêu nhất là Nguyễn Đỗ Thảo Vy, mà tôi hay gọi cô là princess của tôi đấy.
And for me, I graduated from the University of Arizona with a BS degree, and now I am currently running the operation for a small firm. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with my family, my marriage. I have 2 kids, you know, so that cannot push them. They know there's an opportunity country, so whatever they can do to help them, I'm here to support them.
I got a BS in EE in engineering, and so I've been working for the past, I would say 30, 40 years in the high-tech industry. Well, so I have 2 children who are twins, and I'm really thankful that I have this opportunity to share my story, not only sharing my story, but having the life that I have now, hasn't it, for the kindness and the caring of the American government, and the way how we were being treated as refugees in this country. I don't think any other country in the world could compare.
Look at her.